Adrift in a waking dream, Xoti sways on her feet, sweating muscles quivering. She whimpers low in her throat. Watch her hallucinate. Her chest rises and falls faster and deeper until she's very nearly heaving. Eyes wide and terrified, she chokes back a shriek, but then the vision seems to wane. She calms, confused eyes searching your face.
Reckon that's the first time I ever bore witness to my own demise. It was not pretty.
She worries her bottom lip with her teeth.
Never woke with such a driving need for reaping before. It's making my hands shake.
Okay. Didn't the cleansing work?
It did for a while, but then it wore off. All this essence I've gathered, it soaked the blessing right up. Left me with hardly none.
Endure it. We all need the presage we can get. Whether your visions can offer us. Whatever your vision can offer.
Oh, I plan to. Gone chose me as a harbinger for the coming harvest. Not anyone else here, but me. Seems the more souls I gather, the better I see Gone's will. And the less I get a wink of sleep.
Your nightmares are getting worse.
Night or day, sleep or waking. It's getting harder to tell what's real from what's just yet to come. There is something I'm meant to do, though, once I gather enough souls. Us Gonites, we're supposed to shepherd lost souls, not just gather them. The harvesting's only the first part. If I were to dump the souls, it might make me dream less, like before. Or, darn it, who knows? Maybe it'd just make it all worse. Either way, I've got to find my purpose.
She turns her face away, bottom lip trembling. Slowly, her fingers reach out for the hem of her shirt. She rubs the pads of her fingers over it, holding to you in the lightest of touches.
Will you help me, Watcher?
Yes.
I was hoping you might would. Sometimes I feel like, with you by my side, I can stand against gods.
We'll find an Adrafane and release your burden. It's the best way to ensure the souls reach the beyond.
It'll need to be a potent source to overpower the draw of my lantern. It's gotta be luminous for sure.
You know, it's clearly devising a plan of action.
That's one problem solved. But what about the itty-bitty issue regarding the god of rebirth not actually being in hell?
I don't know.
The souls will make it safely, but who's to see to their proper reseeding? This is a huge risk of Eora's balance. You really trust Malgrin not to rebirth Aethasians as warriors of the flame? Think Galawain won't be greedy? Gone aside, the god's past actions don't instill me with the greatest confidence.
What else would you propose?
Normally, I'd simply safekeep him until the god of rebirth could return to hell. But you're right. I ought to deliver as many souls to hell as I can before it's too late. We need to empty my lantern right away. Gods, but you're clever. This is why Gon directed me into your path.
Didn't do anything.
I just know it.
I don't think so anyway. She nods once before turning away.
So you're saying you're literally a pirate of the mind? You sail in and steal people's thoughts?
Behold, lass, I'm the original psychic piratical.
Not hardly. Even I've heard about Malnage. She's a cipher like you, ain't she? Only older.
Ugh, had to dredge up my cruel rival. You should know her arsehole itches when mention be made of her.
What a nasty hex. Tell me you weren't the one that put it on her. Darn, I hope that doesn't make her itch. Hell! Or that! Now I'm just making it worse. I best shut my mouth before I cause more damage.
Cause more damage.
I like your style, kid.
Periki's Overlook. Right. There's a lot in this. Man, there's a lot, and it's just this bloody place. Holy moly. Alright. This is huge, man.
I'm not so sure I believe you. What am I thinking right now? No, wait. Now.
It don't work that way. I pick up on feelings. See fragments of memories sometimes. Impressions. And mostly when folks are upset or a bit of nerve, unless I'm trying to intrude. And I generally try not to intrude.
You intruded on me the moment we met.
Ah, that were an accident. If anything, you be the one that were intruding on me.
Oh, well, you could take a gander if you wanted. I mean, not all the time. Just this once.
As you wish, lass.
Stefan looks at Xoti with an uncommonly serious expression. His eyes seem to draw into her. Then suddenly he jerks his head away and blinks, like his eyes are burning.
So which is it? Light or dark? What do you see?
Neither, lass. Bounced off you like a bullet off an ironclad.
Xoti shrugs and walks away. Seraphin watches, hands rubbing the back of his head. Anything I should know about?
Mayhaps. Let me be ruminating on it for a tick, Cap.
Yeah.
Why, hello. Cuitztli at your service.
She sets down her pruning shears and looks up and down at you with her warm smile.
I can tell that you're new to the Deadfire. Maybe you're still getting your bearings? Some of my herbs can help with seasickness or worse afflictions.
What makes you think I got here recently?
It's nothing personal. You just have that taking everything in look about you.
She's got that right.
Give it time. It'll pass.
She reaches to brush a curl of fur behind her ear. Her gaze wanders towards Seraphin and lingers there. Then she pulls her focus back to you, blushing slightly.
Oh, ain't no shame in looking, lass.
Blushing a crazy grin, Seraphin bows to the herbalist. Oh, what brings a herbalist to Periki's Overlook?
Money is the obvious answer, but I don't think that's what you're after. Yes, I'm an herbalist, but I also pride myself as a florist. I think the city liked the idea of putting a flower shop somewhere visible. It's ostentatious, really. Probably the same reason why we have a magic shop next door. Periki's Overlook is a great big splash of culture and innovation, there to show travelers that the Huana are ready for the world at large.
I got nowhere else to turn. Stonehill is going to kill me.
Don't drag me into your mess, Bertenno. Not again.
Then you leave me no choice. I'm sorry.
Hey, come back with that! Medico!
Thank you. See ya. What the hell was that, lady?
That flaccid pazzo!
Young wizard clutches the countertop, looking as if she's either going to vault over it or snap it in half.
Imp, you had none of that hack?
Maybe. Then mutters to herself in a dark, guttural tone.
That's what I thought. What am I going to do? Think, Fassina.
I don't know. What was all that about?
My postenago of a lover stole Rokawa's fingers. The master will kill me if I don't get them back. He must have wanted to raise some fast coin. Arkemir will flay me alive over those damned gloves.
Strange that the constructs didn't attack him from stealing.
Is it strange? I don't know. Go consult Arkemir's grimoire if you're that curious.
Flustered, she finds any excuse to look elsewhere. Why does he need the money?
He said that he's in debt to a Rautayan captain by the name of Hamuto Stonehill. By all accounts, a deadly serious man.
What aren't you telling me?
He said that he's in debt to Arautai, and not that it's any of your business, but Bertenno used to spend a lot of late nights here.
Fassina coughs into her fist and avoids eye contact.
I got into the construct's guts and marked off Bertenno as a safe visitor so they would not attack him. And before you ask, no, I will never do this again.
Very good. She crosses her arms resolutely. Yes. Why are these gloves so important?
You do not know Arkemir, do you? He is as cheap as a Wodican clerk. Whatever he loses from those gloves, he will take out on me. Somehow.
I'll get the gloves back for you.
You will? If you are expecting some payment or reward, I do need to keep this under wraps.
Let's say I'm doing my good deed for the day.
If there's a burden on your conscience, then I am not opposed to you offloading it on my behalf. I do not know where Bertenno fences his goods, but he mentioned an appointment at the Brass Citadel docks.
Cool. He bites her thumbnail and glares at the door, seemingly to wish it would burst off its hinges.
Hamuto Stonehill must be as dangerous as he sounds, or else Bertenno wouldn't be so panicked.
Alright, I have questions about your predicament.
Bertenno stole Rokawa's fingers to pay off his debt. If Arkemir finds out, he will boil me into broth for his imps.
Would this quest also be a...
Suddenly my whole... I am the apprentice of he of many colors. That's plain old Arkemir to you. What few spells I know have names like Arkemir's Dripping Scourge or Arkemir's Malevolent Codpiece. He made me conjure a household staff of imps. Horrible, chittering things. I think it's because he knows I hate them.
You use a lot of honorifics when you talk about Arcanum.
He makes me call him by the titles he's earned in his long career.
Honor something. Okay.
I can also call him by the titles I've made up since the start of my
I
apprenticeship.
would like to hear them.
To me, he's the bringer of foul wind, the teeth of suckling imps, and the herald of dirty slippers.
Yep, I like her. I like her a lot. Okay.
Salutations. Do you wish to hear your fortune?
The puppet in the box cocks his head to the side and stares at you with vacant expression. He taps the metal coin slot expectantly. I wish I was that big. He opens and closes his mouth, his eyes shifting left and right in a manner that seems purely mechanical.
I don't know what you expect me to do about that. Apologies. But thank you for sharing all the same.
Your story.
I got on Arkemir's bad side and didn't exactly survive the experience. I'm not really supposed to chat with customers.
Taps the coin slot and winks at you. I wasn't aware it was possible to bind a soul to this type of contraption.
How about you get yourself over to the Animance's Tower in the Sacred Stair then? No need to gawk at me.
Right. Do the Hana have any problem with Akarim holding you here as a slave?
The Queen is too pleased at having an archmage at her disposal to care.
King's mouth twitches in a sad smile.
I can't blame her. The Huana have got it rough. We all need coin in the end.
Do any of your fortunes actually come true?
Sure. All the time.
He stares at you unblinkingly, daring you to call him a liar. No. I don't think I'll be doing that.
Keep your weather eye open.
Fassina's journal. The misery of this apprenticeship's medical acronym saves only the most tedious errands for me. If I'm not going to learn anything from this trial, I must find some way to steal enjoyment from it. Whenever Arkemir claims to be deep in study, I will find him wandering the halls wearing a illusionary face to trick his imps. Fools them every time. Sometimes I think he came to Deadfire to be alone with his nasty things, and he spites me for getting in the way of his fun. Shortly after he left town, I stole one of the robes he keeps in his bedroom. Them thought I was their master. Fed me cheese and ale for the rest of the afternoon. Of course, I returned the robe when I was done. Ah, maybe it's not too late to start enjoying myself. Should be able to get that without any problems.
I don't be supposing we could blow it up. Swapped and sparkling.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? You were in my dreams last night, Watcher. You were on your knees before my god. And I couldn't stop screaming.
Company drudge.
Alright.
I don't give two pyres for your tribal pride, and I wager that Arkemir cares even less.
The Wana woman clutches her fist at her side. Her severed features are caught in an unshakable grimace.
If this is what passes for Rautai in diplomacy, Rauzanui has bigger problems.
The more calm and composed Hwalin smiles, turning when she notices you.
If you've come to see Arkemir, you're too late. He left the estate on wizard business.
What's going on between you two?
Tumara and I wanted something from Arkemir. Our powers of persuasion leave much to be desired.
The wizard got his hands on a Huana tablet, the Harapo epic. I came to reclaim it for Rautai. In the middle of my negotiations, this little pest showed up with a claim on it.
Gestures to Netehe.
The Harapo epic belongs to the Huana. The Queen sent me to remind you both.
Who is Arkemir?
A spellcaster, and a damn good one. Specializes in hexes and illusions. He and his apprentice run the Dark Cupboard, a local magic shop.
How did Arkemir come to possess a tablet?
I believe that he had dealings with black market treasure hunters. Not that the Queen will implicate him.
She's too preoccupied negotiating with the warmongers at her door.
Any idea where it went?
Arkemir could be drinking Kuiki wine with dead kings. There's no finding him if he doesn't want to be found.
Okay, back to my previous question. An intact primary source is a rare find for the Hwanan.
Akira, few outsiders can appreciate what such an artifact could mean to our people.
Posturing about cultural value is worthless. We both want the tablet for the same reason.
So is there another reason why both of you want the tablet so badly? The pair go silent and awkwardly avoid eye contact, focusing in different directions.
There are things better left unsaid.
While I'm standing here, you mean?
Akira, I don't deny it.
Okay, so why not negotiate?
Arkemir left the city. Likely for the peace and quiet we didn't grant him.
At least I offered to pay him. Your only currency is altruism.
So what's your plan?
I might as well adjourn to the palace in Serpent's Crown and give Arkemir time to think.
What a load of... You mean to get your hands on that tablet with or without Arkemir? You island rats can barely write your own names, much less a distinguished epic.
Wow. And Netehe blinks at her in shock and takes a moment to smooth down the creases in her uniform.
Scamper back to the Brass Citadel and spin your own plots. I will happily do the same on my side of the island.
Okay, I'd like to speak with you.
I suppose I can spare a moment.
Any ideas on retrieving the Harpo epic?
I heard tell of Ifren, a thief with a penchant for making house calls. Word has it that Ifren made his way inside of Arkemir's manor and later died. Now his soul is bound to the fortune-telling machine in the Dark Cupboard. A strange fate.
Ah, so that's the guy in there. Alright. Okay, tell me about yourself.
I help finance expeditions around the Isles, which often means keeping an ear to the ground. Not very romantic from behind a desk, but Rauatai's campaign could use the extra coin.
Okay, I've got questions about the epic.
It's a handsome piece of rock, which some call valuable. I won't dispute that point if the value goes to Rauatai.
And what does a Deadfire company want with it?
I suppose it's no secret that we're after more than some arbitrary cultural touchstone.
Yep, certainly that.
We're looking for a route to Ukaizo. Stands to reason that ancient lore would be a key to finding the place.
Alright, what's the defenses?
Arkemir is a magical savant and a recluse. That makes for a very dangerous combination. He relies on imps and ironclad constructs to maintain the estate. When you've lived as long as Arkemir, I suppose trust becomes a problem. Fine by me. I'm looking forward to the day when the Harappo epic is someone else's concern.
Could the epic really be the path to Ukasio?
When it comes to finding the Lost Island, we can't afford to neglect any lead. The Ranganui seeks to saddle the weather and harness the storm. If there is a place where this can happen, it is Ukaizo.
Okay. And you don't seem to be getting along.
All of her pretenses of cultural pride are a means to an end. Like the rest of the Huana, she isn't above exploiting any advantage if she can profit from it.
That doesn't seem fair. The Wana are trying to get by.
As you say.
Nope.
Did the queen
All this
summon
trouble over a
everyone to the
tablet of
palace?
fucking stone.
Yellow lady go.
Poste Nago. You have truly put your foot in it this time. Adolf Entre, you go to visit the luminous bathhouse, yes?
Luminous what?
Tiverus. Do you not know it? The waters, they glow with the light of luminous Adra. It can heal nearly any malady, I have heard. You must see it for yourself, and maybe you do Degnos a favor while you are there. My satchel. Like a fool, I left it inside.
Go back and get.
My ship is due to sail from Nekataka with the next high tide. If I do not find it, my Kasita will surely throw me overboard. Merla, I cannot swim.
The look of horror spreads. I got well, don't go in the sea then, you know.
I would go by myself, but the guards, they bar the doors to me without my Kasita present. They think I am a thief.
Are you a thief?
No, of course not.
His eyes whitening in fright as he waves his hand frantically before you in a warning gesture. Let's help you find it.
Gelade, you mean it? Agrasima, Agrasima, I am in your debt.
The air of misery suffusing his lips for a moment. His eyes go wide and he grins.
There is one thing. Madiko, how could I have forgotten?
Of course, of course. He tugs at the collar of his shirt as if he suddenly is much too hot.
If you could, do not open the satchel. The contents are... The information is...
He searches for the word.
Proprietary. You understand?
You request a favour, then attempt to dictate the terms of the fulfillment? Ooh.
No, I would not dare. You do me a great service, Aimiko. I am not so good at Ideiren, yes? Forgive my clumsy words.
Clasps your hands in his.
Please, when you find the satchel, meet me at Peddler's Canal in Queensberth.
Oh, weird one. I say I don't know whether just to go and get to that brass place just now. Hi there, how you doing? How you doing? I'll be doing nothing, by the way. Nothing. Nothing, mate. Nothing.
I say, you look like someone who wants protection and a certain something about presence,
Yeah,
Akira.
yeah.
Holler if any of the iron or steel laying around catches your fancy. Or if you need something repaired, I'm happy to take a glance.
You're the shards of the blade. Cool.
Akira, but these wonders have suffered greatly. I say you must take better care of your things.
He sets down the shards and frowns at you. I know, believe me. So what do you think?
I say I could repair these to their working order for 1,500 pyres each. Something about the metal. It yearns to bond as one. I could join all these pieces into a great sword for 3,000 pyres. If you need iron or steel, maybe even something lighter, I've got plenty in stock.
Yep.
Eora. They wouldn't put a traditional smith here unless she brought something special. My clients wanted everything engraved and beautiful. Wasn't why I got into the business, but it keeps my debtors happy. I keep it interesting working with exotic materials like shark leather, since there's some demand and little supply.
Alright.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat.
I'm in the market for them gloves. Have any?
Fassina sent you, didn't she? Postinago, just for these?
Shaking his head, he peels a pair of fine gloves from his pocket, studying them with evident disappointment.
Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them.
You're going to have a hard time selling an art mage's gloves for fast coin.
Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it?
His mouth to say more, but something to the southwest distracts him. Expression fills with dread.
Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
Keep your mouth shut and follow my lead. Glancing at you, Bertenno shrugs and swallows down a lump in his throat. He's got a bit of pain in my ass, this guy, innit? A unit of steely-eyed sailors approach the docks, clutching pikes and firearms with quiet professionalism. At their head stands a tall Anuma in a mustard yellow uniform. He turns his attention between you and Bertenno.
So, Bertenno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Matu rubs a long scar that extends the length of his neck.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back.
Bertenno's voice falters and he turns to you with sudden panic. I came for a pair of gloves that Bertenno stole. This isn't my problem.
Hamuto, I wondered if you might take them as a payment on my debt, or maybe for an extension.
I possess gloves of my own, and they suffice for my needs.
The captain focuses on you with a cool, dispassionate look.
This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary.
Sound more reasonable than I was led to believe.
Do I? One can be adherent to the tenets of maritime law and still be seen as a monster.
And what's your plan?
Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any
Slavery.
you take on his own
Lovely.
terms.
Severin snorts through his scarred snout.
Be calling it whatsoever you like, Captain Cogswallow. But your honest and respectable slavery be slavery all the same.
It's on the ground.
Your toy pirate speaks out of turn. I would teach him a lesson if I were you, Captain.
Oh, he focuses on you, keeping Severin in the periphery. Perhaps I can pay what's owed.
You must care a great deal for this.
I hate when I have to do
insufferable
this,
little worm
you know?
to stake your purse on his freedom.
Taps his lower lip.
400 pyres are what Bertenno owes. When I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded.
Alright.
Then our business is concluded.
Mato signals his men to stand down. After a hateful look, they lower their arms and follow their captain's lead. I could kill this guy myself.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt.
And I've got Principi.
For the first time in my life, I'm free.
Yes, and all it took was coin out of my pocket.
Perfetto. Problems like this always work themselves out in the end. If you see Fassina, tell her I'm hiding out with some principi friends.
Principi.
Also, catch!
Tosses you and gives me the stuff.
It's a new Bertenno all the way. Pirate Bertenno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
I should have killed him when I had the chance.
You're back. Kue, any news?
I took care of Bertenno's debt with Hamato's stone wheel.
You are willing to put up all that money? What of the gloves? What happened to them?
I have them right here for you.
At least I know Arkemir won't feed me to the imps.
She fills the gloves with care and stows them away.
Take your discount as well. If the cupboard doesn't make its goals, so be it.
I need to get inside Arkemir's manor.
Imp, go hang laundry.
She holds up a finger for silence, her gaze following the shop imp as it flutters moodily away.
I'm only doing this for how you help Bertenno.
She lets out a heavy sigh and slips a key from her pocket.
Here, burn Arkemir's manor down for all I care. What else do you need?
Back to the matter of Arkemir's manor. She sighs and presses her temples with both hands. Can you at least tell me anything useful?
The imps that guard the manor? Idiots. Arkemir plays with shape-shifting illusions, so his imps know him by his clothes. Do with that what you will.
So I've got to wear his clothes. Is there another way inside the manor?
Locked doors tend to have keys. That one's free.